Okay, welcome back to the semi-finals of the US Open. We're getting serious. There's only 3 matches left on the ladies' side to see who's going to win the US Open in 2025, the last Grand Slam of the year. Sabalenka Pegula's first, which I understand because of the scheduling, but I also think is a little strange because I think this is the match out of the two that's probably it's definitely the most high profile, right? Because it's the two, or maybe not profile, but high ranked, right? It's 1 versus 4. So this is it's a real big semi-final, right? Whereas on the other one, it's Osaka and Anisimova, 2 very well-known players, 2 very good players, but this one's like the 1 versus 4. I mean, this is a very big clash in the rankings as well, right? But let's see. Sabalenka's won the last couple of matches they've played. It's been, to be honest, pretty one-sided, really. The last 3 times they've played, it's been straight sets for Sabalenka. But let's see if Pegula, maybe not being in a final against Sabalenka might help, because she did lose in the final of Cincinnati, the final of the US Open last year. Maybe not being in a final might help just ease that. And plus, she's also been to a final of a slam before now, Pegula. So maybe that gives her a little more belief that she's won this before. She can get to the final. But Sabalenka, by winning this match, will have made the final of made the final of 3 out of the 4 slams, which I'm not sure who the last person to do that, besides Serena, was, to make 3 of the 4 Grand Slam finals in a season. But again, that would be super impressive. She made the semifinals of every slam. Hasn't got a slam to show for it, though. So it's like she's kind of got to win a slam to kind of make all the other results look better. But yeah, I'm not sure the last person who made the 4 finals of a slam. Sorry, 3 finals of a slam in the same season. I don't think it was Osaka, because Osaka's never made the final of Wimbledon or the French. But my guess would be probably, not Serena. I mean, Serena did it, right? But I don't know. Sharapova, maybe? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe Justine Henin 20 years ago, maybe? I don't know. So yeah, so making the final is obviously a big achievement. But she hasn't won a slam this year, so she needs to get a slam. Otherwise, people are going to start wondering how is she number 1. But also, if she doesn't win this slam, her ranking is going to struggle. So she might not be number 1 if she doesn't win this title. She has a chance of losing that number 1 spot if she doesn't win the titles coming up as well. But how are we doing, chat? What's going on? Are we ready for the night match? The night matches. Cam US Open did a poll who win the US Open, and Osaka with 48%. Surprised? No. Pegula, no. Osaka's the most popular player out of the 4. And I know from running polls on streams and stuff, usually the player with the most following, the biggest following, gets the most votes. Now, I don't think there's a difference though, because who do you want to win and who do you think will win, right? That's 2 different things, right? I think a lot of people want Osaka to win, obviously, right? What a story. So I would look. I don't look at those. I wouldn't look at those polls as like wow, I can't believe everybody's thinking Osaka's going to win. So yeah, because they want her to win. It's a great story. It's a great, awesome to see. So yeah, I wouldn't look at I'm not surprised that that's the thing, because Osaka's the most popular player out of the 4. So people are going to vote for her because they want her to win. Now, if you had to put had to put their life savings on it, I don't know if it would go that way. But then again, maybe it would, because Osaka is also a very big chance of winning this title, right? She's one of the 4 left, and she's got more experience than everybody. She's got more slams than everybody in this in the remaining draw. Yeah, of course we're going to be watching Osaka and Anisimova straight after this. Of course we are. Sabalenka's power is going to be too strong for Jessica. Well, yeah, that's what we're going to find out. If Pegula can deal with the power. Hey Cam, play the song on. No, I'm not doing that. 2016, both Serena and Kerber made three finals. Oh, Kerber as well. Okay, there you go. So Kerber did it as well. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, Kerber was. Yeah, okay. I wonder specifically who has made the French Open, Australian Open, and US Open finals in the same season. Specifically those three. Besides Serena. I would love to know that. All right, here we go. Players better walk out on court. Hard to pick a favorite. Yeah, I think is Sabalenka still the favorite, or is I think Sabalenka is still the favorite. But yeah, Sabalenka I think is still the favorite, but it wouldn't be by much. I think it would be probably go Sabalenka, Osaka, Anisimova, Pegula, maybe in that order, but it'd be pretty close. I don't think anyone's a clear favorite, right? I would say Sabalenka is still the favorite, though. But by how much, we'll find out. If she wins this easily and the next match goes 3, then Sabalenka for sure is the favorite. Especially if someone going in tied in the final. All right. Sabalenka's had more rest. Well, I mean, both these ladies have had more time off. What the hell is this music? That was weird. Oh, the roof is shut. Okay, so the rain is falling and the roof is closed. I think Osaka got outplayed last night, but survived somehow. Okay. Prediction, Alcaraz beats Djokovic in 4 and Sinner beats FA in straights. Okay. Yeah, I think on the WTA it's very competitive. Like, I think tomorrow Djokovic might be able to upset Alcaraz, but I think Sinner wins, right? But tonight, maybe Sabalenka beating Pegula is like the obvious one, but Anisimova Osaka is a 50-50. Like, I don't even know who the hell's going to win that. And we all know that, like, it's not impossible that Pegula could beat Sabalenka, whereas for Felix, it's probably, if Sinner plays like he has, it's going to be very tough, right? Whereas Sabalenka is not unbeatable. And then on the Djokovic-Alcaraz match is definitely Alcaraz favorite, right? So yeah, more exciting. I mean, anyone could win this title on the women's side. On the men's side, it's probably between maybe 2.5 people if you want to give Djokovic half a chance. Roof closed favors Sabalenka. Warning for the people who bet on Pegula. Okay. Yeah, Pegula does have the crowd on her side. That's true. And we have seen in the past when Sabalenka has played Americans, sometimes the crowd does bother her. Well, not bother her, but it does affect the match. But then last year they played in the final and it didn't really affect the match. So, I guess it depends on the day or the night. US Open champion is going to be Jannik Sinner. Yeah, that was my pick at the start of the week. How does FAA hype himself up knowing he has to play Sinner and he has a very slim chance of winning? He will. He'll hype himself up. Serena and Venus apparently in the building. Ooh. Let's go. Let's go. I mean, chat, that's about as Serena and Venus are about as close to tennis royalty as we're going to get, right? We got I mean, chat, if we had a tennis royalty, who else would be in there, right? It would be Billie Jean King's in there, right? You probably put in Steffi, would be in there too, right? You'd put Margaret Court in there as well. She'd be one of the, because of her achievements, right? And Venus and Serena would be on that list, obviously, right? Martina Navratilova, hell yes. She is definitely on there. Chrissy Evert as well, I mean, for sure. Has to be on that list of tennis royalty. And I'm not just basing it on, like, slams, but, like, I'm talking about, like, presence, too. Like, if they rock up, like, they are, like, the focus. People forget the match, and they're like, oh, Serena's here, right? Like, maybe it's hard because Margaret Court, maybe not as much so these days. Her popularity's gone down. But Sharapova, even though she doesn't have the same slam, when she walks into the building, everybody stops. Monica Seller's an interesting one because she's been to some tournaments before and she kind of just blends into the crowd a little bit. So I don't know if everybody's like, oh my God, where they are to like the others that I mentioned, right? Like when Billie Jean King comes in, everyone just goes and stops and looks and like forgets the tennis. Those people that outshine what's going on the court. There's not too many of those. Serena and Venus are obviously going to be that. But yeah, Sharapova. Yeah, Sharapova's one of those as well. She walk in, and everyone's like, oh, it's Maria. Like, and she doesn't even have like 20 slams, and she still does that, Obviously, Roger. Yeah, on the men's side, Roger, Rafa. Obviously, yeah. But Agassi does that too, right? Agassi has got that too. Even though he doesn't have like 20 slams, when he walks in, everyone's like, oh, it's Andre. Andre's here. Like, it's like, Rod Laver, obviously, right? Borg. But yeah, like there's those players that just like they just take the attention away from the crowd, from the tournament, from the court. But if Serena and Venus are there, that's huge for the tournament. And watching the women's semifinals, love that. Imagine Sabalenka playing in front of Serena. Has that ever happened? She's played Serena, but playing in front of Serena? That's got to be some nerves, right? Why don't we think of Sampras much? Because he's out of the public eye. He stays away. And that's a shame, but he has his own, reasons. But, hopefully we get Pete Sampras back at the US Open one day and he's there and we get to celebrate him and, because Pete's great. I can't remember Serena being at a match as a spectator. Yeah, I don't know. She has been to like some Dimitrov Miami matches in the past. Like she goes to Miami once a year. She's in Miami, but yeah. I don't think she's been to the US Open as a spectator yet. Well, now she is, but oh, did she watch Coco last year? Oh, okay. There you go. She was here last year. It wasn't when they were dating. It was literally like last year or this year. She was watching him like this year. It wasn't when they were dating or whatever. Do you think this will be an easy game? No. I don't think... I think both these games are going to be tough. Yeah, no. She was with Serena. Serena was watching him play like this year and I think last year as well. All right. They're just warming up. And then we're going to get this going. We're going to get this going. All right. Don't forget to subscribe, by the way. When was the last time Sampras watched the match in the stadium? Any ideas? I don't think he has. I don't think, and correct me because some of you might remember more than me, Sampras has not been to Australia since he probably played last there, right? I don't think I think he went, you know what? It's probably Wimbledon 09. That was the last time I think I remember Pete being around the stadium. Because Roddick was in the final and Federer broke his record. So I think it was 2009 Wimbledon final. He was in the Royal Box. But that's probably the last time I remember seeing Pete at the tennis. So it's been a while. Because, yeah, he watched Roddick. Obviously Federer was gonna break his record, but also an American champion. I think the first American champion since Sampras too. So it would have been like, either way, having Pete there to give the trophy would have meant something to someone, right? It would have, it would have either been, Roddick winning Wimbledon, American, or Federer breaking his record, and we know what happened. But I think that was the last time. I don't remember him being around, not even on like a small level, like a Indian Wells, or even a smaller event, even then, Washington or whatever. But yeah, hopefully he does come back to the tennis, and we do get to see Pete in the stands once more. All right, Sabalenka 7 first. I'm going to go Sabalenka in. I'm going to go 3. I reckon Pegula gets a set. I reckon we get 2 3-setters tonight. That's what I want. Sabalenka puts away the forehand, wins the first point. 15-love. Pegula's a billionaire? No, her parents are. 15-love. Sabalenka serves again. The return goes into the forehand of Sabalenka. Oh, Sabalenka overhit it. 15-0. Lock in, chat. Yep, lock in. 15-0. Serve is a fault by Sabalenka. Second serve. As the return goes down the line and wide by Pegula, 30-15. If your parents are billionaires, then you are too. You think your parents are going to hand over? Well, they might spend it. Give it to charity. I mean, they might be like, nah, we're giving this all money away. No guarantees. Also, who cares? It's not your business. It's not your money. You're not getting it. 30-15. As that goes wide by Pegula, 40-15. Focus on your bank. Who cares about their bank? Give a shit. 40-15. There's a bit of serve from Sabalenka. His return goes out by Pegula, and it's 1-love. Why are people always talking about people's money? Yeah, because they weren't brought up knowing that that's not the right thing. That's not polite. It's become so. That's just such a normal thing now. It's like, oh, we're going to talk about. No. It's rude. But same with politics and everything else, like so much stuff. Yeah, I know. It was before the first game someone brought it up. Like, holy shit. All right. First game for Sabalenka. Pegula's going to serve and the crowd's going nuts. This crowd are going crazy. I think it's either Serena walked in, Serena either was on the screen, or they're going for Pegula. I don't know. I think Serena might have been on the screen. I think that's why there was. I have a feeling Serena got put on the screen. I don't know. That was too loud for the second game of the match. Then again, Pegula got a loud cheer when she won that point. 15-love. I don't know. I don't know if Serena just entered the building or they're really, really trying to help Pegula. Or both. By the way, if I was a billionaire, I'd be traveling the world. I wouldn't be sitting in my chair at 7. What is it? I'd be traveling. I'd be on a plane. I'd be streaming on a plane. 15-0. Pegula ain't winning this. All right, 15-0. As that goes out by Sabalenka on the return, 30-15. I'll tell you this, chat. The crowd would definitely remember from last year's final that Pegula struggled. So they're loud. What is it? Thursday night? They're loud. Bro, if I was a millionaire, I'd be on a plane. What are you talking about? 30-15. I'll be traveling. 30-15 as Pegula serves. Into the back of Sabalenka. Backhand now from Pegula to slice Sabalenka. As Pegula forehand again to the front of Sabalenka. Off the tape goes. Oh, hit the tape twice and went over. And it's 30-all. Sabalenka gets lucky. By the way, so funny, I was just like, oh, it's kind of rude to talk about someone's money, and then people are talking to them about me. It's like, bro, did you not see? It's rude, mate. But yeah, trust me, I'd be doing streams in all different countries and stuff. I'd be traveling the world. If I could afford it. 30-all. Forehand goes into the forehand of Sabalenka. Volley from Pegula is good. Sabalenka lob. Pegula with a smash. And it's 40-30. 40-30, Pegula to take the first game of her match. All right. As that goes in the net from Sabalenka. And it's 1-all. It's a good thing you're not a billionaire. You wouldn't be streaming at all. Look, I love doing this. I love it. But I also love traveling as well. All right, 1-1. People are trying to find seats. The umpire's trying to get people to settle down. 1-1. As we get a fault from Sabalenka. Second serve. Second serve. Into the forehand of Pegula. She hits it out in the return. And it's 15-love. Love. As a return goes into the back of Sabalenka. Pegula again to the back end of Sabalenka. Pegula back into the forehand of Sabalenka. Cross court the forehand of Pegula. Sabalenka slicing the net. And it's 15-all. The crowd go wild. 15-all. 15-all. It's packed. 2 Americans on tonight. Oh yeah. If you got a night session ticket, you for the semifinals here, you are not going to get disappointed. They are two Americans, but also potentially 2 great matches. Backhand slice from Pegula into the front of Sabalenka. Pegula gets there with a lob, but it's out, and it's 30-15. 30-15. What time is it on my end? It's 9:30 a.m. Sabalenka serves again. Second serve. Seven to the backhand of Pegula. 400 from Sabalenka in the net. 30-0. And obviously there's an All-American final potentially on the card. So you know they're getting excited for that potential. Then they guaranteed an American champion. 30-0. As that goes in the net on the return from Pegula, Sabalenka 40-30. First serve is a fault, second serve. All right, second serve. As Pegula returns it back into Sabalenka. Pegula forehand to the back into Sabalenka. Pegula again to the slice of Sabalenka. Pegula backhand again. Into the back into Sabalenka. Pegula again to the back into Sabalenka. The back into Pegula. Now Sabalenka with a forehand cross-court winner. It's 2-1. Sabalenka. Sabalenka 2-1. Okay. All right. Will Osaka be top 20 after the Open? Great question. Great question. Yes. Whoa, she'll be 14. Wow. And if Osaka wins tonight, she'll be 12 in the world. Wow. Gee, she's out of nowhere. I mean, like, what was her ranking at Wimbledon? Because she has come out of, like, the last two tournaments has gone from, like, 50 to 10. Like, what? Okay, yeah, literally. Wimbledon, she was 51 in the world. And now she's almost top 10. Like, that's crazy. That's like such a crazy turnaround. But not really, because she loves playing in America. We've seen her play well here in the past, so it shouldn't be a shock. If she does win the tournament, she will be number 11. So she can't be top 10 this week, but she's so close. Because there's a big gap between 10 and 11. Raducanu is like way ahead of Alexandra. But if Osaka does win tonight or wins the tournament, she will be very close to get back in top 10. God, what a great year. I mean, I put her in top 10 into last year, thinking that last year she'd have this run. I was just a year early. Last year she didn't do what I thought she would. But now, like this year, we knew, like, again, Chad, remember everyone last year as well? Remember all those people that were just like, oh my God, she shouldn't have come back. She was better before, blah, blah, blah. Where are they? Where are those people now? They disappeared. I haven't heard one thing about Osaka's performance since last year. Like, no one, remember, Chad, last year so much trash was being spoken. So much garbage of like, oh, she shouldn't have left the tour and had a baby. She shouldn't have, oh my God, she'll never be the same. Bro, if you're a champion, you're always a champion. You can come back and do that if you do the work. Obviously, it's going to be harder coming back. We saw that with Serena. We've seen that with a lot of players. But ruling her out, crazy. Crazy, chat. 30-15, especially considering she's like still in her 20s. Like, what do you mean? Yeah, okay, Serena came back at like 35 or 36, right? And that's like, yeah, well, she had a couple of things to deal with. Forehand from Pegula goes up in the sky. And it goes in? No, it goes out. 30-all. But Osaka was too young to ride her off. It's crazy. Vicharovsky rules. Well, he definitely is a massive factor, but also Moratoglu should get some credit too, because he started this. He started it like when he jumped on like 12 months ago, and helped her. I mean, because initially she was just getting injured a lot end of last year. But Moratoglu deserves credit too. He didn't take her from 0 to 100, like from 1,000 to 10, but he does deserve credit too. And Fizet. I mean, when Fizet had her when she said, "I'm coming back," I know that there was a bit of a weird thing that happened, but he was the one who initially jumped on and was like, "Yeah, I'll help you come back." So they all deserve credit. It's just that Vicharovsky's been the one who's been in the seat when all these results have happened, right? And she's gone from 50 to 10. So he's made the biggest impact. But the others deserve credit too. I mean, as that goes in the net by Sabalenka, and it's 2-all. Osaka is really American, grew up here. Cool. Montreal run saved her season and restored the confidence. Oh, that run was awesome. I mean, yeah, that run definitely the confidence. And now look at this, right? I'm so keen to see what she does when she goes to the to do the Asian swing, because that's going to be she already plays well. She's played well. I think she must be going back to Tokyo and playing Japan, right? But she definitely plays back well in during that time. I mean, I remember 2019 she was kicking ass. I think she won Beijing, beating Barty along the way. I think it might have been as well. So, I mean, yeah, Osaka does well this time of year. This is like start of the year and at the end of the year, the hard courts seasons. It's Osaka's time. 15 love. 7 to the front of Pegula. Pegula in that 30 love. Oh, for sure, Charles. Yeah, Vidorovsky unlocked what Mouratoglou was on the verge of doing. Yeah, well, Mouratoglou got the best out of Osaka on her worst surface, right? He helped her on the clay. Like she doesn't win a 125 on clay if it's not for Mouratoglou, right? She helped her when, because we all thought after Miami, oh, well, we'll see Osaka after Wimbledon and she'll be back again. But he made her relevant on the clay, which was for the first time, right? She'd never done well on clay, consistently anyway. So he helped her there for sure. And then Vidorovsky's just like taking her to a whole new level of comeback. 3-2. All right. Viktorovsky, isn't that what I'm saying? Viktorovsky. Sorry, Viktorovsky. It's got Viktorovsky. She almost won a title early this year. I mean, yeah, she almost won Auckland, right? With Patrick, but she got injured. See, that's what happened. Like the end of last year, start of this year, she was having these good runs, but then she would have to retire because of injury. So she was, and maybe that was, working with a new coach who had a different, maybe the injuries were coming because she wasn't used to being trained that way or, whatever. But yeah, you're right. They almost won Auckland together, right? They did win a clay court title together, which is the first of her career, right? But then Viktorovsky, you think I would know how to say his name after being with Swiatek for 3 years, but whatever. I disagree. Mouratoglou just wants clout. I don't think he's that great for a fit, to be honest. But the results. You got to look at the results. Well, you might not like him, and you might get sick of him or whatever. I think he's a great coach. I mean, he literally there's the amount of people that he's worked with that have gone on to do and done well. I mean, how do you deny that he's not a good coach? But you might not like him because he's like one of the more public coaches, like one of the more popular coaches, right? But you can't deny that he's... hey, Ludacris is in the house. You can't say that he hasn't helped her or didn't help her. Hey, that's the lady from... I can't watch American TV, but she's from American TV, right? She's on a morning show, right? Love 15. As Pegula serves in the backhand of Sabalenka. Backhand Pegula to the front of Sabalenka. Drop shot from Sabalenka is very nice. Pegula gets there, but Sabalenka can volley. Love 30. Robin Roberts, is that her name? I know I recognize her. She's like on the morning show or something, isn't she? All right. Love 30. Sabalenka chance to break in this set. ABC morning. Good morning, America. There you go. As we return now to the find of Pegula, and then Sabalenka back into the net. 15-30. Agree, Patrick definitely helped Osaka as well. Just happened that good results came after they separated. Yeah, I think in the end, from what Osaka was saying with the press conferences, it kind of was telling. As the backhand return goes to Forehand Pegula, Forehand from Sabalenka into the Forehand Pegula on the stretch. In the net, though, 15-40. I think as they worked more and more together, Osaka kept putting more and more pressure on herself to live up to him working with Serena, right? I think she put so much pressure on herself that her coach helped Serena, right? Her idol. So I think it wasn't that it didn't work out because of that. She might maybe put him on a pedestal as like a, Serena's coach, right? And she said that in the press conference, every time she'd lose, she'd be like, I'm sorry that my coach has to deal with me, and she's worked with Serena, like now he has me, right? She really just didn't think she was worthy of him, right? Whereas at the start when they worked together, she didn't have any of that. It was fine. But then as time went on and the results didn't come from her side, maybe she was just feeling like, man, I'm bringing you down. And it worked out that they stopped working together, and she started to, I guess, believe. And she doesn't feel like she's not worthy, of working with Viktorovsky. Yeah, she said it, like every time she'd lose, she was saying like, she would say like, oh man, I'm so sorry to my coach because, he has to, I can't help, I can't help him, and help his reputation and shit. And you're like, well, that's not what it's about. But that's, she put so much pressure on herself, But that was only in the last like couple of tournaments they were together, right? I mean, at the start it was fine. All right, advantage Pegula. It's a level. She just saved 2 break points. As the return goes in, the forehand Pegula, forehand from Sabalenka cross court. Pegula's on the stretch, puts up a lob, and it's out. Sabalenka is so powerful. Back to deuce. Back to deuce. All right. I have no idea who that guy is. He might be just some random guy in the crowd, but that guy, there's a guy there who is maybe famous or maybe not. Just a random dude. Anyways, back, advantage Sabalenka again. It feels like a lot of celebrities are there tonight, or maybe not. Maybe I'm just confused. Advantage Sabalenka. Break point number 3. As the return goes into the forehand of Pegula, Sabalenka on the attack. Hits a winner. Jeez. Ooh. Sabalenka's like, all right, I've had enough. I want to get to this final now. Come on. All right. Look, I know Swiatek. I love Swiatek, chat. You know, we talk about her all the time. We talk her up a lot. And we talk about how Swiatek is the greatest player of this generation. I still believe that. She is the generational talent. But man, Sabalenka is powerful. When Sabalenka is at her best, she is unbeatable. When she plays at that level, no one beats her. But Swiatek's the most decorated and the best player result-wise and consistency-wise, no doubt. But when Sabalenka's like this, who beats her? Anyways, 15 love. Sabalenka serves again. Is a fault second serve. And this him over. Okay, smart asses. All right, well, all right. As the return goes a backhand of Sabalenka. Sabalenka gets it out, 15-0. So, chat, isn't it nice? I think it's so nice on the women's side that we don't have to, like, always have GOAT debates. Like, we never have GOAT debates on the women's side, which is so refreshing. Is anyone else like that? On the men's side, it's always like, will Sinner win 25? And you're like, what? Will Alcaraz beat Djokovic's records? You're like, why? But on the women's side, we don't go, can Sabalenka beat Serena's record, or is Swiatek going to get 30? We're like, who cares? It doesn't matter. Can Sabalenka be better than Swiatek is what we're dealing. Can Gauff overtake them in the future? I love that. That's so much more fun. It's so much. It's more fun to like compare the players playing each other rather than can they be better than Serena? Who cares? Backhand goes in the net from Sabalenka, 15-40. It's much more fun to just focus on who's playing and not about what they can do 20 years from now. It's nice. Because it is really about who's better. Sabalenka or Swiatek. Who's going to be better? Who's going to have more slams? Who's going to have more weeks at number one? Who's going to... I mean, that's the battle. And then when is Coco going to be in that conversation and competing for number one and competing for, how many slams, right? Coco's getting there, though. She's already got 2, and Sabalenka's got 3? So, I mean, she's probably in that conversation, right? All right, break point, Super Cooler, 30-40. To get back on serve. So much better than talking about, well, can Alcaraz win 55? And you're like, why? Why does that even matter? First serve's a fault, second serve. Second serve. Oh, double fault, and that's the break. Pegula gets a little bit fortunate. Sabalenka a little nervous. All right, 4-3. That's what happens when you talk up players, chat. Nobody beats Sabalenka unless she double faults. All right. All right, Pegula back on serve, but Sabalenka still leads. Ludicrous on the screen, and everyone's going crazy. Does Jeremy Allen White have a residency here? He's here literally every single day. This guy lives here. What the hell? Where the hell's the other guy? Where's Rami Malek? Is he still there? Hey, it's The Thing. I watched the movie. It's The Thing. Hey, it's mom and dad. Who the hell are those guys? Those random people. Where's Serena? Where's Serena? Okay. Did I watch The Bear? Yeah, I did. I just can't say his name, so I just called him The Thing because he was in the movie recently. No, it's not my mum and dad. My mum and dad were at the US Open right now. I'd be messaging going, where was the invite? What the hell? I don't think my parents are at the US Open. I'm pretty sure they're at home. What does Pegula need to do to win this? Well, she's done what she needs to do so far. That's break back, but she needs to hope that Sabalenka doesn't play as good as she was in that first 6 games. All right, 4-3 Sabalenka. Pegula's going to serve. 27 minutes played. Rami's busy today? Oh, okay. He's probably there, but maybe they just didn't show him. Yeah, Jeremy Allen White, he lives there. He's been there like almost every day. All right, first serve from Pegula again. 15 love. Serve to the back of Sabalenka. Return the back of Pegula. Sabalenka forehand. Into the forehand of Pegula. Sabalenka backhand. Again to the forehand of Pegula. Into the back of Sabalenka. Pegula backhand slice. Into the back of Sabalenka. Pegula just defending. As Sabalenka comes in with a volley. Pegula with a passing shot. It's too good! Chat, we are watching 1 versus 4. This in a semi-final of a slam. This is what we came to see. This is the exact... chat. High quality, high level, high ranked, high stakes. Like, yes. This is Grand Slam semi-finals. This is what we always want to see. Pegula, by the way, is slow start, but now she's lifted. 40 love. Now, chat, I'm going to say the obvious thing, and if you watch Pegula versus Sabalenka in the past, which we have a lot in recent years, if it's 5-all, if it's 6-5, Pegula has to serve to stay in the set, I hope she doesn't remember what happened last time and the time before that and the time before that. 40 love. As we just return down to the net, Pegula kind of needs to win this 6-4. She has to get to 6 first. She can't be down 5-6. All right, 4-0. Pegula gets back. All right, back to Sabalenka. Pegula's family in the house. I think does she have a brother? Definitely has a sister, but she has a brother as well. Don't put scores in the chat, you will be removed. As Sabalenka in the net and Pegula, love 15. And the crowd are starting to get involved as well. And I wonder if Sabalenka's hearing that. And Pegula's won 9 of the last 10 points. Woo! I think Sabalenka might be just feeling the pressure a little. She serves. Into the back end of Pegula, returning to the forehand of Sabalenka. Pegula. Forehand again to the forehand of Sabalenka. Is Pegula forehand of the stretch? Sabalenka backhand cross court. Pegula gets it with a slice. Into the back end of Sabalenka, who hits a winner down the line. And a big shout by Sabalenka. 15 all. I tell you, Pegula wins the first set, we got a match. Like, that's going to really be a match. What a backhand. Sabalenka serves. Into the back of Pegula. Sabalenka forehand inside out. Pegula passing shot. Sabalenka volley goes wide. Man, Pegula's hitting great passes. 15-30. Man. The level in the last 4 games. First it was Sabalenka like up here. Now Pegula's up there. The next semi-final has a lot to live up to if we're going to keep this level. 15-30. Sabalenka serves. And Pegula in the net. Whoa, that was a huge serve down the tee. And Pegula's racket almost bent in half. What a serve. An angry serve, that one. 30-0. 30-0. Sabalenka serves. And let serve again, Sabalenka. As a return from Pegula goes short in the front of Sabalenka. Pegula backhand passing shot again! But this one comes back and then Pegula comes in and puts it away. Pegula is playing at a level now. 30-40. I don't know why Sabalenka keeps coming to the net because Pegula's just not missing. Why does she keep coming to the net? That time she was drawn to the net, but Pegula's passing shots are ridiculous. Break point Pegula to get the break and serve for the set. Was she now 4-1 or was it 4-2? 4-1, right? 30-40. And a fault. And the crowd are like, woo, yes, woo. Let's go. 4-2, it was 4-2, okay. I was going to say it was 4-1, can't remember. Second serve. To the back end of Pegula, return the front of Sabalenka. Pegula running, but it goes out by Sabalenka. And Pegula's going to serve for the first set. What a turnaround the last 3 games. Pegula's level has risen so much in the last couple of games. And now she leads. And she has a chance to win the first set. All right. Impressed by Pegula so far. Oh, yeah. The first little bit of this match, Sabalenka was for sure, came out way stronger. And Pegula looked nervous and it was not, people were like, she's not going to win, she's not going to win. But the last 4 games, Pegula has been ridiculous. Pegula looks, as soon as they showed all the celebrities, Pegula's like, oh yeah, they're here to watch me. And then smack, you just started running around and doing crazy shit. Yeah, great turnaround. Sabalenka's Ooh, she's struggling there. She's sitting on the side of the court. Towel over her face. Sabalenka might be feeling the pressure out here now. Feeling the New York crowd. All right. Pegula's going to serve the first set. JPEG wants to slam so bad. I mean, yeah, how crazy would it be if Pegula does beat Sabalenka and then plays like Anisimova or something? I mean, we get a new champion, but I don't know. Who wants... I mean, it feels like the popular vote is Osaka, right? Everyone wants Osaka to win. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, if it's Pegula or Osaka, what's that going to look like? I didn't even think of that at the start of the week. To be honest, I didn't pick Pegula to make it past the first week. I thought she would lose in the first 3 rounds. I'm an idiot. All right. Here we go. Pegula's going to serve the first set. She serves a fault second serve. Obviously, Anisimova's there too. Maybe Anisimova, people want Anisimova to win. But I think Osaka's the one that everyone, like the feel-good story is Sabalenka hits it wide on the backhand return. And it's 15-love. All right, serve again. Into the backhand of Sabalenka. Return the backhand of Pegula. That's a drop shot. And Sabalenka can't get it. 30-love. It's so funny because Pegula just doesn't even look bothered. She's just kind of like, all right. Like, she looks... You wouldn't know that Pegula... Like, you would think that Pegula's been, like, owning Sabalenka for years. Like, she's just like, yeah, whatever. 30-love. Crazy. Serve to the forehand of Sabalenka. Return the forehand to Pegula. Sabalenka backhand slice. Pegula doesn't miss. And she hits a forehand for a winner. And it's 40-love Pegula. All right. Pegula to take the first set. And the crowd are going nuts. And if the roof is closed, it's going to sound even louder. Because just echoes and shit. It's crazy. Anyway, serve. Into the forehand of Sabalenka. Great return. Pegula gets on the stretch. Sabalenka forehand down the line. Is out. Pegula takes the first set. Coming from a breakdown as well. She's now 4-2. And she has got Sabalenka rattled. What a start. What a set. All right. 6-4 first set. Yeah, apparently the roof is shut. Man, Sabalenka's going to the bathroom. Yeah, she needs to regroup. She lost 4 games in a row there, and the crowd are like, ah! Crazy. What a match, yeah. We do have a match now. I mean, I think a lot of people, when Sabalenka got that break, it was like, uh-oh, this could be ugly. But Pegula winning the first set is a huge, huge thing. She broke Sabalenka twice as well. And they both served really well, by the way. Only 3 errors by Pegula. So clean. So clean. All right. How we doing, chap? Ludacris in the house? Yeah, he is. Yes, he is. Sabalenka gets nervous in big matches? Not always, though. I mean, yeah, okay. Like in the last couple, but not like... Maybe historically, yes. But not like... Not against Pegula. Yeah, Pegula looks so rock solid. It's crazy. She's not even bothered. She is not even bothered. Crowd's not helping? Oh, yeah, crowd's definitely not helping Sabalenka. Not helping her. Like, she is hearing every single one of them. All right. We're just waiting for Sabalenka to come back from the bathroom and we can keep things going. If Pegula wins this match, she wins the title, you reckon? Okay. Pegula Osaka final? Look, this match is not over. Sabalenka's going to come back to the bathroom. You think she's just going to, let Pegula win? Pegula's played amazing, but you really think Sabalenka's just going to let this happen? And just let this go? You're going to win 6-love now? Okay. Come on. This is the world number 1 we're talking about. All right, the coaches are talking about the serving, how good she's serving. I love hearing the coaches speak. This real nerd shit, chat. This is real nerdy shit. Love hearing it. I love hearing what the coaches have to say to the players in these sort of matchups. To be like, what do the professionals say to the professionals in the biggest of matches? And we get to hear that shit. I'll nerd out all day. Super nerd. I will re-listen to that and analyze the shit out of it. I love it. All right, Sabalenka's going to serve first in the second. Let's see if she can at least break the streak of games. All right, Sabalenka to serve. In the backhand, Pegula return the front of Sabalenka. Pegula backhand. Into the backhand of Sabalenka as Pegula again with the backhand. To the slice of Sabalenka. Pegula with a slice again, but it goes long. Love 15. Or 15 love. 15 love. As the return goes back into Sabalenka. Great shot down the line. Pegula gets it back with a slice. Then Sabalenka drop shot. And Pegula can't get it. And Sabalenka just throws her hands up to the coaches like, I'm trying. What the hell is it? How's she getting everything back? Pegula's defense has been amazing as well today. Well, in the last couple of, last 6 games. The defense of Pegula has been huge. There's been a drop shot again from Sabalenka. Pegula gets this one. Sabalenka puts up a lob. Goes wide though. Pegula was there for that one. 30-15. 30-15. All right, serve again. Sabalenka serves a fault. Second serve. As the return goes into the backhand of Sabalenka. Backhand. Pegula is wide. 40-15. Sabalenka serves again. Coaches, coach what? What the coach? I didn't hear what the coach said. All right, second serve. Into the front of Pegula. Return goes to the front of Sabalenka. Pegula, wins the point. Sabalenka in the net. 40-30. Chat, I'm going to say the thing that I say every time we watch the Slam semis for the ladies, chat. I'm going to say it. Best of 5. Semifinals and final. Best of 5. Best of 5. Grand Slam semis and final for the ladies. Best of 5 sets. You don't want 5 sets of this? You're mad. Sabalenka holds 1 love. You don't think you want 5 sets of this? If you say no, you don't want 5 sets of this. What are you talking about? You want 5 sets? You want 5 sets of this quality? What are you talking about? You hate tennis? What's up? Call me mad, I'll accept it. No, it's not madness. It's, I don't know. I don't know what it is. Anyways, 1-love. As Pegula serves, Sabalenka finally breaks the streak of games. And that goes out by Pegula. Crowd stop yelling. 15-love. Or love 15. All right, serve again. And the return goes in the net by Sabalenka, 15-0. You want longer careers? Best of three is okay? Doesn't make any sense. All right. Sabalenka in there, 30-15. Federer, Nadal, Djokovic played in the late 30s. And they played best of 5. Anyways, return goes in the backhand of Pegula, 30-15. As we're going to find again from Pegula, but she hits it out, 30-all. Sabalenka a chance to get the break here. You just love tennis, Cam. The more you watch, the more you can watch, the better. Oh yeah. But I mean, this would be, I'd just love it if it was like best of 5 sets, Sabalenka, Pegula. I mean, who doesn't want an epic 5-set semi-final? Why wouldn't you want that? All right, first serve is a fault for second serve. Second serve. In the back of Sabalenka, backhand of Pegula. The backhand of Sabalenka, Pegula backhand. Into the backhand of Sabalenka. Pegula backhand drop shot. It's not very good. And Sabalenka puts it away. 30-40, break point. The players don't want that. Yeah, of course, but they should have it anyway. The fans get more tennis. Come on now. All right, fine. I'm the only one in the chat I'm the only one here that wants it. Fine. Everybody else doesn't want it. Nobody wants it? Good. Well, fine. You hate it, whatever. You happy? They're never going to do it now. Sabalenka holds a break, gets a break. 2-love. Fine. I'll campaign alone for 5 sets. I'll stand on that hill by myself. I'll stand out the front of the WTA offices and the Grand Slam whatevers and say, I'll hold the sign. Fine. Oh, wait, actually, no, some people in the chat also want 5. Okay, cool, I'm not alone. I'm good. I would make a poll about it, but I feel like it would just get a bunch of people talking trash, so I don't want to do it. I was thinking maybe I'll poll it. Nah, because people just shit on it. And people just say stupid things, and I don't want people to have a reason to say something dumb. As the return goes to the backhand of Sabalenka, slice Pegula on the stretch. Sabalenka with a drop shot winner, though. All right, Sabalenka's got the momentum back. 15-love. All right, 15-love. With a serve again from Sabalenka. As the return goes in the backhand of Pegula. Sabalenka passing shot, but it's in the net. 15-all. As with a serve in the backhand of Pegula. Forehand from Sabalenka to the backhand of Pegula. Sabalenka forehand cross court is too good. 30-15. 30-15. Great shot, Sabalenka. She serves a fault. Sabalenka, second serve. Second serve. As Pegula returns the back into Sabalenka, she goes behind Pegula with a rocket. 40-15. 40-15. All right, first serve is a fault. Second serve. Second serve. Into the backhand of Pegula. Sabalenka forehand cross court. Pegula gets on the stretch. As Sabalenka into the slice of Pegula. To the backhand of Sabalenka. As Pegula backhand again to the backhand of Sabalenka. Pegula in the net down the line. And Sabalenka's won 3 games in a row now. 3-love. 3-love Sabalenka in the second. Oh, chat, semifinals. This is real. The stakes are high. The level's high. The chat's high. All right. Who's winning women's doubles tomorrow? Who's in the women's doubles tomorrow? Let me check. Look, I'll go Townsend, Siniakova just because they haven't dropped a set. And also they are a very tough combo. Yeah, I'll go with them. Siniakova, Townsend, both are. I mean, I think Townsend was number 1 doubles player before the US Open, but Siniakova was number 1 just before that. So they're the 2 best doubles players on the planet right now. And also Siniakova is one of the best doubles players of the 2020s. I mean, her results in mixed and women's doubles is crazy. Who's on the men's side? So the men's side hasn't got any Australians, so I don't care. I mean, Skupski and Salisbury are in the final. And they might have to play Granollers and Zabelos. I'll go the Brits. Let's go the Brits for the men's doubles. All right, 3-love, and I don't even know who they're playing because they haven't got an opponent yet. Sabalenka 3-love, back in a slice into the forehand of Pegula. Sabalenka forehand lob. And then Pegula puts away the backhand down the line. And it's 15-love. 15-love. Looking across and seeing Sabalenka is terrifying. Closest thing to Serena we got. Yep. I agree. She is about as close to Serena as we get. When it comes to, pure power and intimidation. As Pegula hits a lovely backhand winner. Now I'm just waiting for everybody to be like, she's not like Serena at all. How can you compare her to Serena? Serena's got 23 slams. What are you talking about? It's okay. Relax. We're not talking about that. Serena's the greatest of all time. We know all these things. As Sabalenka, it's a great pass. A little drop shot off the drop shot. It's 30-15. Beautiful pickup by Sabalenka. 30-15. As we just serve again from Pegula. As the return goes in from Sabalenka. Pegula forehand to the back of Sabalenka. To the back of Pegula. Sabalenka again to the back of Pegula. As Sabalenka goes the backhand and Pegula goes in the net. It's 30-all. Chance for Sabalenka, that double break. 30 all. Serve again. Into the backhand Sabalenka. Return goes long. Nice serve, Pegula. Clutch. And it's 40-30. (40-30). Bit of fault from Pegula. Second serve. As we let. As a return goes out by Sabalenka 3-1. By the way, I just want to point this out. Somebody in the chat said Margaret Court's the greatest female player of all time. Numbers don't lie. You have just skimmed the surface of research. You did not do any. You came up with that explanation by Googling who has more slams. She's the greatest then. Yes, that's a massive factor, but you need to dig a little deeper because there's an argument that Steffi is the GOAT over Serena. Margaret Court, respect, but also you got to do some more research. If you're like, oh, 24 is more than 23, that's all that matters. That's not all that matters. Not on the women's side. On the men's side, Djokovic, most slams, undeniable. On the women's side, I mean, you just Googled most slams. She wins. That's lazy. You got to dig deeper. You got to give us more arguments than 24 slams. All right, 30 love. But respect, Margaret Court 124. That's a hell of a lot. As with a fault second serve. Second serve. Into the forehand of Pegula. Pegula in net. 40 love. Sabalenka serves again to go to 4-1. She serves a fault. Second serve. Seven in the back into Pegula. Sabalenka forehand cross court. As Pegula gets it back, and then Sabalenka with a drop shot again. Pegula with a pass. Oh, and Sabalenka's volley just missed. 40-30. Cam once said, bro, did you not hear what I just said? Michael, did you know what I said? I said on the women's side, you need to do more research. On the men's side, most slams wins, yes. But on the women's side, it's not that simple. The men's side, yes. I stand by that. Most slams, because we talked about Djokovic and Federer when they were going for that race, the most slams wins. But on the women's side, it's not that simple. Volley goes in from Sabalenka 4-1. Because if you argue 24 is the most and that's all that matters, the amount of people that have already said, what about the Open era? Because most of Margaret Courts were in the amateur era. What about the level of tennis back then? What about all these there's so many more factors than just, well, that person has more. It's not that simple. That's why I said on the women's side, you got to do more research. On the men's side, the most wins. That's why I was saying Rafa was the GOAT. Mostly, Rafa was the GOAT when in, 2022, when he was more slams. It's like, well, he's got 2 more slams. How do you... One more slam when the time was totally different back in the 60s is way more... You got to do way more... It's way more research. All right. And I love that people are like, I love this, genuinely love this. They're like, the amount of like, how much fire it's like lit up in the chat between Steffi and Serena. I love it. Well, Steffi's got this and Serena's got that, and I love it. People are just going off, and I love it. It's a great debate, and it will forever be a debate. Well, that's the beautiful thing, right? Whereas the GOAT debate on the men's side, it was great for like 4 years when they were all competing, but now it's like, well, it's Djokovic, and that's it, done. But we will forever talk about who's better, Serena or Steffi, forever, because they're both finished, and we can't definitively, there's no like right answer. I mean, it could be one, it could be the other. I mean, for different reasons. You know, it's like, well, she did this and she did that, and she's done this for tennis and she's done this for tennis. Like, Serena and Steffi debate is going to go on forever and ever and ever. Until if somebody ever does overtake them and become undeniably better, right? It's always going to be a debate. And I love that. On the men's side, it's boring. It's like Djokovic, he's the greatest. Cool. It was fun for like 4 years where like Nadal was there and Federer, but now it's like, well, it's undeniable. And Djokovic is probably going to be the GOAT for a long, long time. And he'll probably maybe never get overtaken. But with Serena and Steffi, forever. That conversation happens forever. Love 15. As the backhand return goes in by Sabalenka, and it's 15-0. Love 30. Chance for Sabalenka to get that double break. Try and win this second set. Love 30. Serve out wide the forehand of Sabalenka. Forehand of Pegula to the slice of Sabalenka. Deep into the back of the Pegula. Sabalenka down the line. Pegula goes over the forehand cross court. Sabalenka gets it back. Into the back of the Pegula, who rockets a backhand down the line. And it's 15-30. All right. $15-30. First serve is a fault. Second serve. By the way, chat, we're almost at 500 likes. Don't forget to like the video if you haven't already. 30-all. Good serve, Pegula. 30-all. Corey, I agree with you. But there's a lot of convincing arguments about Steffi too. But I agree with you. I'm Team Serena. 30-all. It's like LeBron MJ. That's what it feels like. It kind of feels a little bit like LeBron MJ. How it's going to go on forever and ever and ever. Then again, maybe undeniable. But then again, maybe not. Anyways, 30-40. Sabalenka to get the double break. $30-40. As the return goes into the forehand of Pegula, she puts it away. We get the deuce. Am I Team LeBron or Team Jordan? Jordan. I think Serena and Steffi all depends on when you started watching tennis too. If you watch, I never watched Steffi, right? I didn't get a chance. I can only base it on numbers and try and do as much research as I can on and try and understand. Whereas I saw Serena, so maybe I have a bias there that I like Serena, and she was one of my favorites. But I didn't watch MJ, but and I've seen LeBron, and I'm still Team MJ as that goes in from Pegula on the cross-court forehand advantage. But it's great. It's great that we can. I kind of wish Tennis Channel would have it. I mean, they can't because then they'll just start like pissing people off, and I guess they can't do that, but. I wish they would have a discussion of who's like, you know, Serena or Steffi, who's the GOAT, you know, but they don't do that on Tennis Channel, or maybe they've done that. I don't know. Maybe they have done that. I guess they don't want to get anyone angry, right? They don't want to piss anyone off. Anyways, good serving. Pegula gets out of trouble again, and it's 4-2. 4-2. All right. Sabalenka with the break. She could have easily had 2 breaks, but Pegula's held strong, but she's still down a break. All right, 4-2. As the return goes into the point of Sabalenka, Pegula. Can't get that. 15 love. Sabalenka too strong. 15 love. As it goes out by Pegula, 30 love. All right, 30 love. As a return from Pegula goes out, 40 love. Sabalenka serves another fault, second serve. She double faults Sabalenka, 40-15. Chad, I feel like this match is going way too fast. That's why I want 5 sets. This match is going too quick. It's already like probably more than halfway done. And it's only been an hour. 5-2. I want 2 more hours of this. I don't want this match to be over. What have I started? The chat's on fire. I don't know what's going on, but I love it. It's respectful, healthy debates. It's not like I don't feel like people are being rude. I feel like this is probably the best. I mean, chat's being great. I don't think people are like disrespecting each other and being like, "You're stupid because you said this." Like, I think most people are. I can see that most people are trying to like, you know, fight for their GOAT. I love it. It's nice. It seems like a very Steffi did this and Serena did this and I love it. It's nice. All right. We already talked about it. Yeah, but it's awesome. All right. Here we go. Let's see if Pegula can at least serve first in the third. If she can hold here and have that. Oh, pardon me. All right, here we go. Pegula to serve. To stay in the set. As the return goes into the net, and it's 15 love. As Pegula serves a fault, second serve. As the return goes in from Sabalenka, 15-0. I'm surprised Cam won't mention this guy. What guy? I haven't mentioned anything else than Serena and Steffi. I don't know what you're talking about. We're talking about Serena versus Steffi. What guy? 15-0. As a fault, second serve, Kelly Slater. Why would I mention Kelly Slater in a tennis talk? 15-0. Double fault, 15-30. I thought you were talking about goats. No, that's the chat's talking about like goats from every sport. I'm talking about tennis. Yeah, it's 15-30. The chat's talking about who's the greatest of every sport, not me. I didn't start that. That's it. That's what they're doing. They're having their own conversation. 15-30. As the return goes in the backhand of Pegula, but it's out by Sabalenka, 30-0. 30-0. Pegula serves again. A fault. Second serve. As that goes in the net by Sabalenka, and it's 40-30. All right. 40-30. There's a backhand rally. Slice now from Sabalenka into the forehand of Pegula. As Sabalenka forehand goes into the forehand of Pegula down the line of the backhand of Sabalenka on the stretch. As Pegula backhand. Again to the slice of Sabalenka on the stretch. Then Pegula comes in with a volley, but she missed it. She played such a good point, Pegula, and then just missed the backhand volley. Sabalenka was so far out of court as well. That was a bad miss. Deuce. All right, deuce. As we default second serve. Second serve. Oh, double fault. All right, advantage Sabalenka to take the second set. This is a bad situation for Pegula, because if she serves second in the third set, it could get ugly. As we default second serve. As the return goes into the backhand of Pegula. Forehand from Sabalenka. Oh, it's in the net. That goes over. It's a winner. Pegula survives. Deuce. It's a very important game for Pegula. To serve first in the third is huge. Especially when Sabalenka's serving like this. And playing like this, you don't want to be behind Sabalenka and try and serve to stay in it. You know, you want to force Sabalenka to serve to stay in it, because we know how that sometimes goes. Backhand return. Goes long by Sabalenka. Pegula gets lucky with that. Advantage Pegula. To make Sabalenka serve for the second. And we got a fault second serve. Backhand return in the net. All right, Pegula holds. Huge hold for Pegula. All right, back to Sabalenka. Let's see if she can finish this second set and send us to a third. No, that's all right, Kevin. Don't worry, mate. It's all good. Oh, Deb, just in time. All right. Sabalenka serving for the second. Five, 3. As the return goes in the forehand of Sabalenka. Volley from Pegula is good. Sabalenka with a lob. It's too short. And the easy winner from Pegula. Love 15. Love 15. Sabalenka serves again. And to the backhand of Pegula, return goes short. Sabalenka puts it away, 15-0. I will say this, and it's probably going to reignite things, but I feel like when we're talking about who the greatest player of all time is in the women's tennis game, I can only judge, or at least I can only assess based on what players did, not what they didn't do, right? Because I'm seeing a few people saying, hey, look, well, if this had happened, then this, or this hadn't happened, or if this person had played this game, then they would have. You can't do that. That's not. You can't have this person has done this and this person has done this, and then you go, well, okay? Then you break it down. Can't be saying, well, Chrissy Evert didn't play Australian Open. Okay, but how do we know what she would have done if she did play? We can't do that. As that goes to the net by Pegula, you can only judge the players on what they did. And then break down okay, well, Margaret Court 124. Okay, break them down. Who did she play? When was it, right? Serena, who did she beat? Who did she play? Steffi, what did she do? How did she, Once we start getting into the well, if so-and-so did this and played this, then we would have been having a different talk. That's a different conversation. That's not the same thing. We can't debate on who would have been the greatest if they played, because we'll never know. We can only base it on what we know. Anyways, backhand rally. That goes out by Pegula, 40-15. Discuss. Go on. And over to you, chat. Discuss. 40-15. Sabalenka to take the second. Serving to the backhand of Pegula. Backhand of Sabalenka into the backhand of Pegula. Sabalenka backhand again. The backhand of Pegula. As Sabalenka. Slice. Pegula with a passing shot. Sabalenka in the net with the volley. 40-30. 40-30. Sabalenka to take the second. Still set point. All right, 40-30. Still set point. Serve. There's a fault. Second serve. Second serve. As the return goes to the net, we're going three! Sabalenka with a roar. She takes the second. One set to see who makes the final. That's what we're waiting on. All right. One set to decide the finalists. All right. Here we go. Sabalenka 15 winners, 8 errors in that set. Pegula with 7 winners and 9 errors. So her error count definitely rose. But Sabalenka started to put a lot more pressure on Pegula's serve, and that helped a lot. Okay. Cam's an instigator. We'll wait until tomorrow, Deb, when we start watching Eala halfway through the Djokovic match that I've just seen the schedule. The schedule is... Oh. After the first set of Alcaraz Djokovic, I'm going to do a doubleheader. Wait until that happens. I'm not instigating nothing, but also watch out. We might have to go members only mode 3 years, maybe. Oh, it's going to be brutal. All right. Any questions? What's going on, chat? How we doing? We're hanging in there. Serena should come back. I'd love her to play doubles. That'd be awesome. Sabalenka nervous? Okay. Pegula for the final, okay. Will Venus be back? Yeah, she's not retired. Okay, Sabalenka. So Pegula serving first in the third. Let's see what happens. I'm still going with Sabalenka in 3, but let's hope for a grand finale. Don't say the word. All right, serve. I'm not going to say it. I'm switched on today. I'm thinking. So I ain't going to muck this up. Pegula serves. Into the forehand of Sabalenka. Return goes to the forehand of Pegula. Sabalenka backhand. Into the forehand of Pegula. Sabalenka forehand again to the forehand of Pegula on the stretch. Goes in the net though. There's love 15. Love 15. Pegula's got to win these first few games. And she serves a fault second serve. She has to stay in front and keep pressure on Sabalenka. Serving to the forehand of Sabalenka. Return to the backhand of Pegula. Sabalenka backhand into the backhand of Pegula. Sliced to the backhand of Sabalenka. Sabalenka overhits it though, and it's 15-0. 15-0. Sabalenka vocal cords is tired. Why would that be? She's been talking a lot. What do you mean? 15-0. As we just served down to see the backhand of Sabalenka. Return goes into the forehand of Pegula. Forehand of Sabalenka. Again to the forehand of Pegula. Into the forehand of Sabalenka. Pegula forehand again. And Sabalenka down the line. Pegula gets up with the backhand as Sabalenka slices it back. Then Pegula comes to the net. Sabalenka pass is long. 30-15. What did I eat yesterday? Did you go to the thrift? Rika, I got a pizza. It was delicious. I had leftovers too. I have leftovers, which was awesome. I went to the thrift, but I was too tired. I just couldn't think. There wasn't anything great. So when I went there, I was kind of like, after 12 hours, over 12 hours streaming straight, I was just like, I'm too tired. I was too tired. I walked in, I was just kind of like, there's nothing that catches my eye. I'm going to go home. All right, 30-15. I want to go today, but I think I'm not going to. I might go this afternoon when I'm a little less, tired. I find when I go to the thrift and I'm tired, I just don't find anything cool because I'm just not like looking for things. 30-0. But I also want to clean up this radio that I found because it's got like, it must have been in someone's garage because... Robin?
3-set match. Love your hair.
Hey, thank you, Robin, for the donation. It must have been in someone's garage because it has like paints, like it's got like little dots of paint on it. It's very fine, but I'm like, I just want to get rid of that and I want to put this... I want to make it... I want to restore it back to what it was 60 years ago or whatever. Anyways, 30-40, great return winner. Same with the phone. I want to bring that phone back to life. Resuscitate these old electronics. That's what I'm doing, chat. That's my new career. I'm an electrician. 30-40. As with a 4-4 rally, that goes out by Pegula. Oh no. The worst possible start. Pegula's got to break back straight away because this is getting ugly. It's going to get ugly. Sabalenka breaks first game of the third. All right. You can't get rid of the patina cam? What are you talking about? Okay. Sabalenka breaks. First game of the third. But let's see if Pegula can break straight back and keep it from getting away. As that goes wide from Pegula on the forehand side, 15-love. Okay, good serving, Sabalenka, 30-love. 30-love. Welcome to the Department of Tennis. I actually love that. That's what we're going to rename the channel. The Department of Tennis. 40-love. What would that make me? Like the manager? Oh, I don't want to be a manager. 40-love. The director? No. How would that, chat, make me sound good? 40-love. The secretary of tennis? The chairman? That makes me sound cool. I'll start using that one. Next time, if they ever ask me back on TV, I'll say, introduce me as the Secretary of Tennis, Department of Tennis, or whatever. The chairman of the Department of Tennis. That's what I want to be known as from now on. Next time, I'm going to say, no. It's not, not YouTube. No. Department of Tennis. That sounds way fancy. That sounds like I actually, have a job. All right, 2-love. The minister from the Department of Tennis. That sounds fancy. Anyways, 2-love. Pegula's got a hold. Lob goes up, but it's too short, and Pegula puts away that volley. 15-love. 15-love. As we're to serve now from Pegula. It's a fault. Second serve. As a return goes into the forehand of Pegula. And then Sabalenka puts it in the net. 30-love. The czar of tennis? Isn't czar like a bad thing? I don't know if I want to be called the czar. It's like, I don't know if that's, I don't know. Is that all right? The supreme ruler of tennis? No, thank you. That's too intense. Anyways, 30-love. As with a backhand rally. Backhand again from Pegula into the backhand of Sabalenka. Pegula backhand. Into the backhand of Sabalenka. As we get a slice now, Sabalenka goes long and it's 40-love. I get enough shit from that. I don't need to invite that now. Yeah, it's 40-love. Pegula to get on the board. Emperor of tennis sounds so weird. It's cool, though. That's not me, though. That's probably Djokovic. As that backhand goes long from Sabalenka. And it's 2-1. Like, the Emperor of tennis sounds like the GOAT. Like, that sounds like it should be... Novak Djokovic is the only one worthy of that. The Emperor of tennis? Novak. That's Novak, right? Tennis Sith Lord. Okay. So now we're making fun of... Okay, now we're there, are we? Okay. Cool. Tennis guru. It sounds like I'm going to sell you a course. I don't have a course to sell yet. I'm working on one. It'll be how to thrift. The supreme leader of tennis. Now, that sounds too intense. That's too intense. I don't like that. The commissioner of tennis. I don't mind that. I'll be the commissioner. The wizard. Tennis wizard. Yeah, I'm a tennis wizard who works for the Department of Tennis. I don't remember that being in Harry Potter. Supreme Leader, lol. Yeah, I get enough shit. All right. Anyways, 2-1, lock in. Let's get back to it. All right. 2-1. The Cam Missioner. All right, 2-1. Cam Missioner, Director of Tennis. Does have a nice ring to it. Big knob of tennis. It's strange to say that out loud. Anyways, backhand lob goes out by Pegula. And it's 15-love. I think that guy gave me a compliment. That's weird. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know what he was told. That was crazy. Strange. That was a strange compliment. 15-love. Was it a backhand rally? And Pegula hits it off the tape this time and gets the point. 15-0. 15-0. All right, serve again. And a fault from Sabalenka, second serve. As the return goes into the back of the Sabalenka. Sabalenka in the net. 15-30. 15-30. Chance for Pegula to break back. 15-30. As she serves an ace. And a big roar from Sabalenka as well. 30-all. 30-all. Serve again. First serve's a fault. Second serve. By the way, me and Cliff Drysdale are not from the same country. 30-all. I can't listen to him while I'm talking. As the return goes out by Pegula, and it's 40-30. So yeah, he's from South Africa, I'm from Australia, 2 different countries. Completely different countries, or 2 totally different continents. And 2, I can't listen to Cliff Drysdale when I have to talk out loud. Because imagine if I was like this. How boring is that? Good serve from Sabalenka, and it's 3-1. But he has been the voice of tennis for most of my tennis watching life. It's a hell of a commentary voice. All right, 3-1. Sabalenka survives. As a return goes the forehand of Pegula. Sabalenka with the forehand down the line. Pegula with a passing shot. Winner again. Man, Pegula's passing shots have been great. I don't know how many points Sabalenka's won at the net, but I'm going to say 3. 15-love. Beautiful backhand winner, Pegula. Whew. That's the shot that got her back in the first set. 15-love. First serve is a fault. Second serve. Serve to the backhand of Sabalenka. Pegula backhand. Into the forehand of Sabalenka. She overhits it. 30-love. 30 love. The big mouth of tennis. I think that's what you meant, Deb. The yapper of tennis. I'll take it. Professional yapper over here. 30 love. Serve out wide. The forehand Sabalenka return is just wide, and it's 40 love. 40 love. As the return goes in the net, and Pegula holds. All right, 3-2. Pressure's back on Sabalenka. Yapper of tennis sounds right. Yeah. What do you do for a living? I yap. I'm a professional yapper. Don't get me started. Why do you think my wife's gone out for milk for 3 weeks? She'll come back next week when I'm finished the tournament, hopefully. Yeah, Pegula's got to break back. Yep. She had a little chance in that last game. It was 15-30. She had a chance. But just couldn't get that break point. Sabalenka served some big serves at the right time. My bad, I thought he was Australian. Oh, no. He's South African, I think. Pretty sure. But yeah, we have in South Africa, Australia, and New Zealand. I mean, if you're not from any of those countries, they sound similar. And I get called British all the time. Do I sound British to you? I mean, come on. Don't answer that. He's from South Africa. Yeah. Your dad went for cigarettes in 1992? Damn. Well, if he sees my wife, tell him that I'm asking him if she can come home, please. All right, 3-2. Sabalenka with the break in the final set. Serve out wide, the forehand of Pegula. Backhand out from Sabalenka into the slice of Pegula. As a backhand now, down the line, winner Sabalenka. Too good. 15 love. 15 love. Sabalenka serves again. A fault. Second serve. Second serve. Into the backhand of Pegula. Sabalenka backhand again. The backhand of Pegula. Sabalenka with the forehand cross court. Pegula on the stretch. Gets it back. And then Sabalenka hits it long. On the forehand down the line, it's 15-all. 15-all. Serve again. There's a fault. Second serve. Out wide, the forehand of Pegula. Good return. Something like a backhand goes wide. It's 15-30. All right, 15-30. Pegula got another little chance here. 15-30. Serve again. There's a fault. Second serve. Into the backhand of Pegula, return. Into the backhand of Sabalenka. Pegula's in this point. Forehand to forehand rally. As Pegula goes cross court. Sabalenka on the stretch with a slice. Pegula in control. Hits a drop shot. Sabalenka gets it. Pegula volleys it away though. And it's 15-40. What a rally. All right. Pegula's got a chance to get back in the set. Great rally. Chat, this might be the highest quality match of the tournament. I know Krejcikova-Townsend was the best match of the tournament because of the drama and the match points, but this might be highest quality match of the event. Like these two are playing to their ranking. 15-40. Serving to the back end of Pegula, return into the front of Sabalenka. Pegula cross court again. Into the front of Sabalenka. Pegula goes down the line now. Into the back end of Sabalenka. Pegula just defending. Sabalenka forehand cross court. Pegula with a pass. Sabalenka volleys. Pegula gets it with a slice lob. Sabalenka smash winner. And a throw of the fist from Sabalenka. 30-40. What a rally again. 30-40. Great rally. I mean, that was a good lob by Pegula to give Sabalenka something to think about, but that smash from Sabalenka. Whew. Okay. Still break point. 30-40. Serve. Into the back of Pegula. Return is into the back of Sabalenka. Pegula. Oh, she can't get it. Sabalenka hits the line. Cross-court backhand winner. Deuce. Nothing that Sabalenka, the Pegula could do. I mean, Pegula played as well as she could in those 2 points. Sabalenka gets the deuce. As the return goes into the front of Sabalenka, front of Pegula on the stretch. Sabalenka backhand cross court. Pegula's got it. Sabalenka slice down the line. Pegula gets that with a slice. Into the back of Sabalenka, who overhits it. Pegula gets another chance to take the break back. Chat, this is the highest. I don't care what anyone. I'm saying it. This match is match of the tournament. At least for quality. High quality. All right. Sabalenka serves again. As we had a fault and the crowd go, let's go. Second serve. Second serve. Out wide. Pegula gets it back. Sabalenka backhand. Pegula's got a slice. Into the front of Sabalenka. Pegula backhand on the stretch again. Sabalenka making Pegula run. And eventually Pegula hits in the net. Sabalenka survives. Deuce. Sierra's in the house again. She'd been there all week. Love that. All right, Deuce. Match of the year for quality? I mean, I'm not saying it. But match of the year so far for the ladies has been the semifinals of Australian Open, right? Keys versus Swiatek. That was match of the year so far. This is getting there as we had a backhand rally. But the slice in the net by Pegula. Advantage Sabalenka. But some other things have to happen. And I'm not saying what because otherwise I'll get in trouble. All right. Advantage Sabalenka for the 4-2 lead. Cliff agrees. Well, if he agrees, then it must be true. Advantage Sabalenka. First serve is a fault. Second serve. Second serve. It's a double fault. Oh, Sabalenka didn't want to play that point. She was like, I want to get a big serve so I can get to 4-2. She didn't want to rally because she knows how good Pegula's been on the ground strokes. First double fault of the third set too. We haven't talked about that because there hasn't been that many. All right, back to deuce. 7-minute game. This is so important. Pegula's got a break here. 8-minute game. And the crowd goes wild and Sabalenka's like, this crowd's going crazy. I'll tell you what, if you got a ticket to yesterday, that sucks. If you got a ticket today, all right, return goes in to the 4 to Sabalenka. Backhand from Pegula. That's a lob. Bounce smash, though. And Sabalenka puts it away. Yeah, Pegula couldn't get enough on that shot to put it deep enough to make it interesting. Advantage Sabalenka. Hey, no use. Franco, thank you for coming back as a member. Appreciate that. Welcome back. Welcome back. To be honest, yesterday wasn't that bad. Osaka Mukova was okay. That's pretty good. Anyways, good serving Sabalenka. She keeps that break. 4-2. The Sinner match was the one that kind of was like, meh. Okay. Sabalenka holds 4-2. Sabalenka asking for a racket to be restrung at the last minute. Pegula needs some luck. Yeah, she's been, the last 2 service games of Sabalenka, Pegula's been right there. But she just hasn't been able to get, Sabalenka's played great when she's been down break points, but she just hasn't been able to, maybe get that little bit of luck. Whatever that is, a let cord or a shank or, something. But all she can do is hold and then hope for the best, right? Maybe Sabalenka gets nervous at the end or something, I don't know. All Pegula has to do now is just keep hold and then maybe she gets another chance. Back in a backhand rally, that goes off the tape and wide by Sabalenka, 15 love. But yeah, Pegula needs to just hold. As we to serve again. There's a fault. Second serve. There's a backhand return. Into the backhand Pegula. Backhand now from Sabalenka. Again, the backhand of Pegula. And Sabalenka backhand in the net. 30 love. 30 love. All right, Pegula serves again. Screaming from Sabalenka is unbearable. Your complaining is worse. Like you know how you feel about Sabalenka grunting? That's how everybody feels about you expressing your displeasure for the grunt. It's the same thing. 40 love. You know what I mean? Like you're like, oh, my ears. And we're like, yeah, my ears. Like it's the same thing. So please don't do it. 40 love. And mute your TV. Is it a backhand return? Into the backhand. Winner from Pegula. That was a perfect way to hold serve. And now she puts the pressure back on Sabalenka. 4-3. 4-3. Not really. Everyone says it. Yeah, I'm not just talking to you. I'm talking about everybody who says that. Because I'm sure other people have said it too. And that applies to them too. Complaining about it is just as annoying. All right. Pegula. Yep, that's a great hold. After like an 8-minute game as well, that is exactly what Pegula wanted. Quick game, pressure back on Sabalenka. That's what you want to do. That's what you want to do. All right. Here we go. All right. Might as well tell your next door neighbor, yeah. Cam, at this point, I almost want you to grunt during commentary. Now, that'd be strange. Does anyone have a question, or is everyone just going to complain? Are they going to put the quarterfinals and semifinal matches on demand after this? I don't know. I don't know if you can rewatch. I don't know. Usually, I think like a week or so after the tournament, the US Open will maybe put some of the best matches on their YouTube channel, but I don't think they can do that during the tournament because there's like, rights and copyright deals and stuff. As Sabalenka 15 love. But I think once the tournament ends, I think it's like maybe a week or maybe a month after they can start uploading full matches. So I don't, because they can't do it, like there's like a cool-off period for the, I guess for the broadcasters. I think that, again, I'm making this up, but I think that's how it works. I'm guessing. Because the Australian Open do that. The Grand Slams do that. They kind of wait like 48 hours or maybe a week until they can start to do stuff. So, yeah. So you might be able to watch some of these, especially these big profile matches, high profile matches on YouTube after the tournament. Like a week later or 2 weeks later. The US Open might upload them. They should. Especially this match, 30-15. And obviously, they'll definitely do it for Carlos versus Sinner. They'll definitely put the final on as quickly as possible. If they have if they have to wait for 72 hours, 73rd hour it's uploaded, right? Like they'll upload they'll post that video the second they can. 72 hours is up. Oh, let's go. 1 week later, we got this. Thanks, Deb. All right, 30-15. But immediately after, I'm not sure how you can watch it. As that backhand from Sabalenka goes, all right. We've been here before. In this set, Pegula's had a chance. The last game went for 8 minutes. Well, I mean, Djokovic, Alcaraz are going to put on there as well, right? So, I mean, that was a better example. Anyways, 30 all. Sabalenka has held on to serve. The last 3 service games have been tough. She's had to work. Can Pegula finally get the breakthrough? Serve is a fault. Second serve. Pegula ready. Second serve. Double faults against Sabalenka overhitting a second serve. Oh, and Sabalenka starting to get angry. And the crowd can see it, and they're like, all right, we're going to cheer louder then. Oh, man. Sabalenka's starting to feel the pressure. And the crowd are like, good. They know they're sharks. They're sharks. They can smell the blood. 30-40. Another chance for Pegula. Serving the back of Pegula. Back into Sabalenka. Cross-court winner. Best player on the planet. And now Pegula's yelling at herself. But how does she do anything about that? How do you do it? There's nothing Pegula could have done. She literally just hit the return off a first serve. And Sabalenka just went like, that was cute. All right, whatever. Deuce. Sabalenka serves again. Into the forehand, Pegula. Return is in. Sabalenka forehand again. It's Pegula on the stretch. Goes long with a slice. Chat, 3 years ago, Sabalenka loses this match. Right now, everything that she's doing right in this match against Fernandez 3 years ago, she did wrong. Let's see if it is a different result. Advantage. And Sabalenka serves. Another fault, second serve. Sabalenka trying to keep her cool. Second serve. Into the back of Pegula. Return is deep into the back of Sabalenka. Pegula slice is a drop shot. Sabalenka gets it, comes to the net, but in the net by Sabalenka. And we're back to deuce. That was a smart drop shot. Such a smart drop shot by Pegula. Back to deuce. I mean, Pegula's not going to get another opportunity, right? I mean, the last 3 games, Sabalenka has given Pegula a chance to come back. She's not going to give her another chance after this, right? Backhand return from Pegula into the forehand of Sabalenka. Pegula on the stretch. In the net. Sabalenka too strong. Pegula just can't do it. There's nothing Pegula can do in these moments because she's not playing bad. She's playing great. But the best player on the planet is playing better. Advantage Sabalenka. If Pegula loses this match, she, even though she has chances, she can't look and go, man, I was so unlucky. It's like, nah, Sabalenka literally played better when it mattered, right? First serve's a fault, second serve. Pegula, like we said, Pegula just needs like a little bit of luck. Like a second serve that she can hit down the line or something, right? But Sabalenka's not giving her anything on break point or even a deuce. Second serve, the backhand of Pegula, return the forehand to Sabalenka. Pegula, forehand cross court. Sabalenka goes again to the forehand of Pegula. Pegula in the net, 5-3. Again, Sabalenka's just like clutch. All right. And Pegula is going to serve to stay in the match. What a match it's been so far. We do have the next match coming up straight after this, so stay tuned. Imagine if this was the first and second match. We'd be going nuts. We got another match after this. This crowd better keep their hydration because we got to keep yelling. We got a whole nother match going after this. Serve to the back of Sabalenka. Pegula forehand down the line. It's a good shot. Sabalenka gets back. As Pegula backhand down the line again. Sabalenka puts up a lob. It's going to go to the backhand of Pegula. Sabalenka backhand on the stretch. Pegula again to the backhand of Sabalenka, who slices it to the forehand of Pegula. Sabalenka forehand slice on the stretch. Again to the forehand of Pegula, who hits a winner inside out. Clean. So clean by Pegula. 15-love. Also, chat, I don't know if it's just you. If you're listening to this match or you're watching this, as well, how the crowd hasn't been quiet the entire time, right? It's not just me, right? The crowd's been yelling probably every point since the start. It's like, but there's been no dead spots, no dull moments. The crowd has been screaming from the first point, every point. 15-love. Serving the back of Sabalenka, return the back of Pegula. That's a winner down the line. 30-love. Jeez. 2 massive winners by Pegula. Like, this crowd is going to be out of breath for the next match. All right, serve again. Into the back of Sabalenka. Sabalenka out, 40-love. I tell you, Pegula. God, it sucks she got broken early because she's been serving great since that first break. The only break. She's been on fire on serve in the last 4 games. Serve, down the tee. Sabalenka in the net, okay. And again, I think Pegula again. I don't think she's lost a point in like 3 games. On serve. She puts the pressure on. Here we go. Sabalenka's going to try and serve for a spot in the final. Pegula's had chances on every serve in the last 3 or 4 service games. Hasn't got anything to show for it yet. But Sabalenka just so clutch. Oh, yeah. And now she's going to have to be the most clutch right now because Sabalenka's serving the match. I mean, this is when you need to serve even better, right? All right. All right. How do you hear the match when you don't hear it from the stream? No, I can hear it. Like, I've got it on like really low because otherwise I'll get distracted. But like, I can hear the noise of the crowd every time. And it's like, that's the only thing I can hear. I can hear the noise of the crowd. I'm like, yeah, that's loud. Because if I can hear it, like, it must be loud. All right. Here we go. It's going to be Sabalenka. 2 hours played by a chat. And I know I've said this already and people are like, what a dumb idea. But come on. You don't want another set of this? You don't want to have a 4-set match at least? Come on. Imagine if Sabalenka was serving for a 2-1 lead and we go into a 4th. And we get another set of this. Come on. It sucks that it could be over in 5 minutes. 4-1 winner down the line from Sabalenka. It's 15-love. I want a whole nother match. We're getting another match, but I want another match with Sabalenka Pegula. The level's insane. 2 hours played, by the way. 15-love. As we serve out wide, the backhand of Pegula, backhand of Sabalenka down the line. That's a great shot. Pegula puts up a lob. It goes in. Sabalenka back on the baseline as we got a backhand from Pegula. Sabalenka backhand down the line off the tape. Goes in, but Pegula's there with a forehand cross-court winner. What a rally. Weird rally. 15-all. Pegula gets a little lucky. Needs to happen on breakpoint, though. Great defense, Pegula again. That huge high lob. So smart. What a shot. And then the forehand. Pfft. Sabalenka serves a fault. Second serve. Serve to the backhand of Pegula. Return goes back into Sabalenka. Off the tape to the slice of the backhand of Pegula. But Pegula hits it long. And it's 30-15. And again, the crowd is screaming. 30-15. Serve again. There's a fault. Second serve. To the backhand of Pegula. Return it into the front of Sabalenka. Pegula. Forehand cross-court again to the front of Sabalenka. Pegula in control. As she goes forehand again. Slice Sabalenka into the backhand of Pegula. To the backhand of Sabalenka, who hits it wide. 30-all. Here we are again. On the Sabalenka serve. And this is where Pegula just needs something. Just something, maybe like a good return that hits the line or off the tape or something. Just something. Because Sabalenka, when she gets, I mean, she might still lose a point with the first serve, but still, she serves down the tee and ace. That's the opposite of what I said. Match point, Sabalenka. I mean, how do you beat that? The best player on the planet serving an ace at 30-all when she needs it the most. That's clutch. That's why she's got 3 Grand Slams. That's why Sabalenka is Sabalenka. And the crowd go wild. We still got another match. Are you ready? I'm not. 40-30. Match point Sabalenka. She serves. Into the front of Pegula. Return goes into the front of Sabalenka. Pegula puts up a lob. Sabalenka lets it bounce and hits a smash. In the net! We're at deuce. The US Open final was there. We're at deuce. Sabalenka serves. Is that the luck? I don't know. All right. Sabalenka serves. Into the front of Pegula. Return is into the back of Sabalenka, and Sabalenka puts that away. Again, when she needs to play her best tennis, she does it. Crazy. Match point number 2. Advantage Sabalenka. By the way, Alex, sorry, we do the same joke every day. Get used to it. Advantage Sabalenka. Match point number 2. Serve to the back of Pegula. Return goes in the front of Sabalenka. Pegula guesses right with a pass. Sabalenka volleys in the net. We're still here. All right, deuce. Deuce. Again, Pegula's passing shots in this entire match has been incredible. Her defense, outstanding. 2 match points have been saved. But Sabalenka at deuce has been hitting these humongous serves and Pegula's had no chance. Sabalenka serves. Into the forehand of Pegula. Return. Just goes out. Again, massive serve Sabalenka to bring up match point. To take her spot in the final. Match point number 3. Serve. Down the tee, Pegula returns into the forehand of Sabalenka, and she puts away the winner! And finally, Sabalenka gets the win! She roars to the sky. Man, that was the best match. Look, I know Townsend and Krejcikova was the most dramatic match of the tournament because it had the 8 match points and was a comeback and all that stuff. But that was the best quality match on the women's side of the entire tournament so far. That was the highest level we could have seen so far. By both players. Yeah, okay, some players have played really well and some against other players, but by both players playing ridiculously well for the most part of the match, that was the highest level match by far. Pegula was playing so well, forcing Sabalenka to play so well, and Sabalenka just played better. No one choked, there was no, Pegula just missed second serve returns and it could have been. No, Sabalenka at the opportunities was playing crazy. Pegula did everything she could. There's nothing, Pegula didn't, she had chances, but they weren't really chances because Sabalenka didn't give her a chance. Yeah, break point, here's a break point. Give it back. There was no opportunity for Pegula to even try and win those break points. Even though she had them, they were never really hers, right? Wow. What a match. That was if it goes to a tiebreak, we're talking match of the year, maybe. But I still think the Australian Open semi was better because it had the match points either way. That was high quality. That was as high quality of a match as we've had all season. 1 versus 4, it was 1 versus 4. That was top 4. The next match, I don't know how it's going to live up to that. How is the next match going to even compete to that? How is the next match going to be even close to that standard? That was ridiculous. Anyways, and it was, from start to finish, it was intense, right? That was a Grand Slam. That was an actual Grand Slam semifinal. That was it. That's what they are. That's what they should be. Let's see if we can have 2 of them. Sabalenka's into the final. We're going to find out who she's going to play because we've got Anisimova Osaka coming up next. I'll tell you what, this next match, if this goes over 2 hours, I'll be shocked. Because this next match, it's 50-50 apparently. This next match shouldn't be a long match because they don't play long points. These 2 ladies like to hit winners and get the hell out of here. So jump on over here. Talk amongst yourselves. I would be really interested to see if Pegula says, because I think that might have been one of the best matches Pegula has played and lost. I wonder if she mentions that in the press conference, because I reckon, we've seen Pegula play some great tennis. But usually when she's playing that high level, she'll win. I wonder if she'll say, that's the best tennis I've ever played in a loss. And that's not that sucks, but it's not a bad thing, because you don't want to lose a semifinal because you played shit, right? You want to lose, if you're going to lose a semifinal, it's because the other person played better. But if you played ridiculously well and you got beaten by a better player, the best player, right? Number 1, it's not a bad thing. But I'd love to hear what she has to say because I wouldn't be surprised if she does say something similar to that because that was so good from her. She played so well, Pegula. She deserved to win, just like Sabalenka did. But anyways, we're moving on to the next one because that's what we do. We reminisce for 2 seconds. I'll see you guys in about 5 minutes. Osaka versus Anisimova next. Pegula, she won the first set, but Sabalenka comes back from the dead. 4-1, 4-6, 6-3, 6-4. Sabalenka's into the US Open final for, is that 3 years in a row now? 3 years in a row. How about that?